All right, on to early stage and pre-venture startup founders. Hi, everyone. I'm Tammy Estrada, joining you again for MO's Unknown Unknown series. And today I have Dr. Kendall Read with me, and she's focusing on pre-venture deep tech. She is Market Operandi's early stage and photonics quantum lead. Kendall, you've worked with dozens of very early stage deep tech companies. What do you have to say to those founders regarding unknown unknowns?
Hi, Tammy. It's great to be here.
Hi.
Well, in the last installment of this series, you and Alistair discussed larger companies trying to bring new products into new markets. And actually, this problem is perhaps even more of an issue for early stage companies. An example of an unknown unknown, we cannot ask our customers what they need because they don't know. It's our job to figure that out.
But at the same time, speaking with potential customers is crucial, right? You need to ask them questions. You need to learn where their pain points are. And incubators and accelerators encourage founders to perform many market discovery interviews, right?
Absolutely. But the formal interview script is part of where things can go wrong. For example, confirmation bias. It can be a real problem. Time and again, I see early stage founders diligently performing impressive numbers of informational interviews wherein they unknowingly structure and steer the conversation the way that they expect to go, even in contexts where it's negative for them or negative for their product. So they really feel like they're being objective. And then from the customer's perspective, well, it takes a lot of effort and can be uncomfortable to challenge the person you're speaking with. Even if you really want to help that interviewer, it takes broad application and solution-based knowledge to articulate your true pain point. Knowledge customers typically don't have. That is, after all, their vendor's responsibility.
Okay. Could you give us some real life examples of that, Kendall?
So, for example, some years ago, my medical device customers almost always said that time was their major constraint. Makes sense. So they wanted our test to be fast. But we found that the actual high-level problem was the interleaved timing of the sequential steps that they took with many different brands and types of tests each day. So slightly delaying one step in our process actually improved their daily schedule.
So in other words, making the test faster wasn't the solution.
Right. Yep, it wasn't. And then another example of the customer not knowing what they need, they don't know what they could and should be willing to sacrifice. Because the potential customer can't be expected to know the various trade-offs you face when designing your product. So in one case, my team won a high-dollar, very competitive laser system bid because I spent the time determining what was not important to the customer. And on the flip side, the competition lost because they focused on what the customer asked for, not what the customer needed.
And so if the customer doesn't know what they need, you have to be the experienced sleuth who guides them then.
Yep. Deep and broad experience in the validation process. And to catch the subtleties, you need to be versant in the field. If you don't know the market segment, both commercially and technically, you aren't asking the right questions. So that's a problem for most commercialization consultants. They may be commercially savvy, but they're rarely experts in that deep tech field being developed. And that's where MO is unique. We're highly technical market validators.
Well, Kendall, those are some great insights. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody will join us again for the next part of our series. Thank you.
Thank you.